This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Drake has an uphill battle ahead of him. The label doesn't mess with him. Spotify doesn't mess with him after these recent legal actions he took. And it's just going to take a long time. It's going to be a slow burn, just like all of his last tracks he dropped. It's going to be a slow burn, and it'll work eventually, but like it's going to be a slow burn for this album he just dropped. It's good, but it's going to be slow. Because a lot of playlists aren't playlisting him. He's not getting the same support that UMG is giving Kendrick Lamar that Drake once got, but things have changed, okay? But the real thing behind this is Jay Prince backstabbed Drake. This is a horrible person to have running your campaign. Well, he's not even running the campaign, just a horrible person to be taking advice from. Jay Prince has constantly left Drake in a bad situation in the past 8 years. We had the Pusha T situation where basically Drake was told to not respond. Now, that's a big L. That's a big L and a chink in your armor where if you go to battle again, people aren't going to take you seriously. And not only did he get that advice from Jay Prince, right? Because he's like, they thought I was going to go too dirty. You go dirty. It's a battle, okay? He already went. He didn't get criticized for going after 40 for his, health. Like 40 has a disease he can't control, But everything's off limits with a battle, right? I mean, look, Kendrick Lamar just went the lowest of the low on Drake, and it worked, There is no limits, But Drake taking him to court, I think it's like almost like Drake can't win, And I'm not saying like Kendrick's not good. Kendrick is good. Kendrick did his thing. Okay, we're not debating that right now. What I'm saying is Drake got bad advice from LeBron, who switched teams and is on Kendrick's side now, right? Jay Prince, who look what Jay Prince did to him. He told him not to respond to Pusha T, and so did LeBron. Then later, right, he tricked Drake into being friends with Kanye again. Kanye is Drake's biggest fan, but biggest hater. He hates Drake. He's hated Drake since the beginning. He tried to sabotage his first video, Every Girl in the World. That video was trash. It was horrible. Kanye directed it. And then he did some song. I forget which song it was. He gave Drake a horrible mix on Drake's first album. Let's see, Drake. First was what was that album? Was that Take Care? Thank Me Later, right? Thank Me Later. Okay, on this album, there was a song. Which one is Unforgettable? No, it's not Unforgettable. Light Up. It's one of these. What is it? Miss Me? Nah, it's one of these. Find Your Love. Here it is. If you hear it, it's distorted. It's because Kanye gave him an unmixed version. Okay? Kanye gave him beats before and then rapped over, like did a doodly doo on him and dropped it, so Drake couldn't use it. Like, he hates Drake. Hates him. Jay Prince put them together like this so he could get money off this show. He had Drake and Kanye do a free show together to benefit Larry Hoover. What does Drake owe Larry Hoover? Nothing. What does Kanye owe Larry Hoover? Nothing. Larry Hoover is in jail for what he's in jail for, right? Larry Hoover in jail for what? What was he convicted of? It was racketeering, extortion, money laundering, and running a criminal enterprise. It was sentenced to life in prison, 1998. You can't beat it. I think it's with the feds. You can't, once you get life with the feds, it's over, man. Life in prison plus 200 years for a 1973 murder. He's a murderer, okay? He's serving a sentence in the 80X Florence prison facility in Colorado. Hoover's made multiple attempts to have his sentence shortened. Even if he got shortened, he might get the 200 years off, but he still got life. Jay Prince and the family made off like bandits with this, right? They did this concert together, and then Kanye is right back to hating on Drake. Jay Prince is the same family, right? The Prince family that Takeoff died. You're supposed to be safe checking in with the Prince family, right? Takeoff got killed in a dice game from a stray bullet because his son, Jay Prince Jr.'s team, got into it with Quavo during a dice game. Someone pulled the gun, shot, and it hit. I'm sorry. Takeoff. It killed Takeoff. I keep saying Quavo. It killed Takeoff, right? I'm sorry. I hate this thing because right after that, it's like Takeoff Memorial. Takeoff Memorial. So at Takeoff's memorial, there was these flowers put down. I want to show this again. People need to always remember this. In Houston. Okay, here it is. He was an afterthought. Let me see. Here it is. You can't make this up. Okay, so if you made a memorial for somebody, right? You would put the person's name in the flowers, not your own. It says H-Town, forever, the Prince family. In flowers, Takeoff gets a little poster. R.I.P. Takeoff. You got to be kidding me. This says it all, man. The Prince family is garbage. Garbage, man. To not feel bad that Takeoff passed, it's their fault. No matter how you cut it, you know why? Because they were in charge of keeping them safe. You check in with somebody, they're supposed to keep you safe. Not kill you. Okay? Not their own members shouldn't be there to take you out. That was the saddest thing ever. Right then and there, and the way the Prince family reacted to it, I was disgusted. And you should have been too. And Drake should never mess with the Prince family again. You know, you got to keep it cool with them. Birdman has it right. He doesn't really. He respects Jay Prince. Jay Prince should be respected, right? He's just not right anymore. You know, like ever since he felt like. Remember what he did with NBA YoungBoy? NBA YoungBoy's cars got broken into, and they took the keys. Instead of like settling it behind the scenes, just calling NBA YoungBoy and he said, "Yo, I got your keys back for you. These young guys, they took your keys. I found them. Got your keys back." He made a whole video about it to like act like he's still an enforcer. And now, and when he did all that, it made sense. Jay Prince does this kind of stuff, like these public. Notice he used to put tapes out warning Diddy, you better not. Remember the thing where Drake got hands put on him by Diddy because he took the beat for you know what song I'm talking about. What was it? 100. 0 to 100, right? That was the song, right? Yeah. 0 to 100, right? So Drake was supposed to write that for Diddy. He ended up putting it out himself. Diddy got mad, put hands on Drake. So Jay Prince, instead of doing something about it, he just put out a little thing with TMZ. Hey, this is Jay Prince. All those like little warning things he used to do with Scarface albums. He did that to Birdman too. Birdman, you better pay Drake the money you owe him, and you better pay my son. Put out these warnings, like, and people used to be like, ooh, because Jay Prince did do some bad things. He was a bad man back in the day. He's not like that anymore. And you know what? I think really it was just this. He did a couple things, and people started to fear him, and that was enough. I'm not saying, it's like he scammed Drake, bro, and took money from him. And for the Hoover family too, it was a way for him to get more money, and he guilted Kanye and Drake into. You think Jay Prince was doing that for free just for the Hoover family? What is it? Why? Because they were friends? It's so goofy, man. It's so goofy. You got to at least fight to the end, right? So with this Kendrick beef, it was like he's already going into it like people ain't really like believing him like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just not gonna work. You know, and I don't think he ever was gonna work. Plus, for some reason, the whole industry, there's a lot of people that Drake has helped that they don't like him anymore. You know why? People don't like to feel like they owe their career to anybody. It's not Drake's fault. This is why you can't help anyone. You know, I used to help people, and they always end up not messing with you anymore because you remind them of a time where they needed help. It's a sick thing we have in our minds, but you get away from the people that helped you because it's a time we reminded you needed help and you were down and out, you know? It's happened with numerous people. 2 Chainz, bunch of people, you know, Yo Gotti. I helped them get to another level at one point, right? And I don't care about it, you know, like it just I was like kind of shocked. I was like, oh, this is crazy. You know, like sometimes you get to experience it firsthand. I experienced it when I was a lot younger, you know, and I was just like, damn. And then, you know, I started to realize they just move funny, you know, and some people, I don't move like that. I've always been pretty cool with everybody that has even helped me, but some people don't move like that. And I see they continue to move like that throughout their career, especially Yo Gotti. But it is what it is, you know. Like, look what he did with Dolph. It's just someone that just hasn't matured much, and he had this hatred for Dolph to the point where Dolph was killed, you know. And his brother had supposedly had something to do with it. His brother ended up dying himself, you know. It's sick. It's sad, actually. I mean, like, you guys, you play these kind of games. Life is short, man, you know, and you got to really appreciate the time you have on Earth and cause less problems as you get older. It seems like Yo Gotti and his brother were causing more and more problems, you know. I think they have more problems to come. I think Yo Gotti has a lot more problems to come, to be honest with you, because like that's the kind of stuff just doesn't go away. It escalated to a point where it's just never going to go away. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower, JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.